So, welcome to orientation of mental IQ or mental fitness, positive intelligence. It's an orientation of a 7-week foundation. And basically, the focus is how to grow the 3 core mental muscle to thrive in challenging time, or to thrive. And challenging time is not necessarily has to do with our circumstances, just our circumstances. We create challenges, or we create unnecessarily self-inflicted problems for ourselves as part of our mechanism. That's part of being human. So let's just dive into it. What is mental fitness in general? This program, 7-week foundation, is about actually increasing our capacity to deal with challenge. So mental fitness is our capacity to respond to life's challenges with positive rather than negative mindset. Most of the time, we react to it versus see the benefit of the opportunity that comes with the circumstances. The impact is peak performance, peace of mind, increasing wellness, and creating healthy relationships, even the relationships that are challenging for us. Now, this foundation is the research that this 7-week foundation of this framework was created based on research of neuroscience, positive psychology, performance science, the way athletes actually overcome challenges, neuroscience, how we wired, and cognitive behavioral psychology. All these different fields have created this framework called mental fitness. And it's all under positive intelligence. So I'm just going to stop sharing the screen, for instance, and just tell you that, for instance, my experience in it has been just profound. For someone who's like 20 years, has been 20 years in different type of meditation, yoga, different kind of Vedic healing technique. This framework that science actually is, what happens here is that science basically get caught up with the spiritual framework. Everything that has neuroscience has been known to yogis and meditators for thousands of years, but there was no evidence how it actually works. So that's really profound in that sense of things. So for me, it was really a revelation to actually go into this 7-week program and actually going through a training to become a coach within that. And what I'm offering is basically going to this program. It takes about 7 to 8 weeks to shift a negative mindset to a positive intelligence mindset. Let's go back to our slide presentation. And so we talked about the research included hundreds of executive teams, Stanford students, world-class athletes, and I would say more than 500,000 participants from 50 countries. So it's like It's based on almost, I would say, almost close to 1 million people. So basically, the premise of it that there's a root cause for our negative behavior. Like the same way there's 3 colors that make thousands of colors, there are, for instance, for our negative behavior, there are 3 core muscles that maintain our mental fitness. One is a saboteur interceptor, or intercepting our self-sabotaging elements, increasing sage perspective, and the ability to self-command our mind, basically, versus being in the effect of our mind, ability to actually control and to direct our positive intelligence, even in areas of challenge. There's 10 saboteurs that we all have. There's 5 sage powers that we all can activate. The main saboteur is what we call the judge. Then there are, like, each one of us has, I would say, 3 to 4 main sabotaging factors. It's either some of our controllers, some of our hyperachievers, restless, stickler, pleaser, hypervigilant, avoider, victim, or hyper-rational. So you can actually, some of you actually use the self-analysis to explore which of your saboteurs are the main players in your way of observing or interacting with your reality or the world. So, for instance, saboteurs factors are basically in the limbic system, parts of the left brain. In yogic term, it will be called the negative mind, the mind that is always see inherent danger. The sage perspective is, in general, parts of the right brain, the creative side, the innovative side, the side that actually enhances happiness and joy. Saboteurs are the factors that motivates us through negative emotions. Negative emotion like rage, disappointment, guilt, shame, and I can name few others. Sage perspective may motivate us through positive emotions like empathy, like innovation, like creativity, action that is driven by joy. So these are the 2 different factors. And by the way, 3 to 1 is the ratio of negative emotions or thoughts versus positive emotion. There's to 1 positive emotion, there's 3 negative emotions or thoughts that activated us every single day, every single hour or moment. So the need is to develop the ability to shift or to increase the muscle of positive intelligence, what motivates us, what creates positive emotions. So saboteurs might generate success, but not happiness, for instance. And the sage research generates your highest success and sustained joy in the process. So here's the question: are negative emotions good for us? So it's good for a second. It's negative emotion when danger occurs. It's good to immediately take our hands off the hot stove. But alert signal is helpful, but staying in negative emotion hurts our ability to see clearly and respond with empathy, curiosity, creativity, or lesser focused action. Negative emotions are as sabotaging factors if we stayed in them more than 1 second. This is science. Sage perspective lives in the region of the brain of positive emotion, peace and calm, clear-headed focus, creativity, big picture. It's operating from the sage perspective. So we need to actually, like a physical fitness, we go to the gym, we need to have like increasing that side of the brain and increase our mental fitness to cope with greater, bigger challenges and opportunities. The main lesson is every outcome or circumstance can be turned into a gift and opportunity. So how does it work? So in this 7-week program, we're going to learn, it's a combination of an app and coaching process. So 10 seconds of positive IQ reps of type of meditation through the day will shift that perspective from negative to positive. If you are feeling negative emotion, you need to stop because you're in saboteur mode. Do your positive IQ rep to kind of lessen the saboteur and activate your sage perspective. So assuming the sage perspective, convert any challenge into gift and opportunity. It generates gift by using the sage powers like empathy, curiosity, creativity, and calm, clear-headed action. And it's not an intellectual exercise. You will actually be activated through these 7 weeks, and you will start to feel the difference of how you respond to life's challenges. So here's the question: is it really possible to shift from saboteur to sage respond even in a tough challenge? And the answer is yes, but the speed and depth of the shift depends on our mental muscle strength, ability to shift or to be able to shift quickly, not to stay in complaining or blaming, but to shift to kind of limit that reaction. So here's the thing about lasting positive change requires 80% of mental fitness, only 20% of insight. So through practicing mental fitness, insight will start to show up. But the practice is something that needed in our own human wiring, our neural wiring. It needs something that needs to be actually practiced all the time, because otherwise we coming back to old habit, old sense of pain and trauma, and we perpetuating that experience. So how does it work? In terms of time, this program, you will have to have, it's for busy people, this program. 15 minutes a day, practicing your mental fitness. And basically, through 6 to 8 weeks, it's like basically a mental fitness boot camp, but it's requires very limited time. It's a 7-week duration. You will watch 1 hour weekly video, which is a different 7 modules that require with it. And the app itself, Positive IQ Intelligent app, it will intercept every 2 hours and will ask you to actually do a 2 minutes of positive IQ repetition. This simple interception will shift your mental fitness. And I'm talking from experience. I wouldn't promote this or be coaching in this framework, which I have other framework of coaching, but I wouldn't actually, for instance, require it or ask my clients to actually step into it if they want to really grow in other areas, because this positive intelligence is going to be a fundamental root level change that will shift these 3 areas that we talked in their lives, areas of wellness and mental fitness, areas of relationships, and areas of performance. It will shift these areas in an incredible speed. Okay, so here's the thing, here's the deal. If you register today, it's $875. Register. I'm gonna give it, actually, I have a deadline to increase. If you register, I would say in the next 24 hours, $995. After that, it will go to $1,150. I'm not sure if you have any questions or requests, please email them to me or text them to me. I cannot talk enough about it. I have 2 groups that are already in the program. One group started it 2 months ago. Another one have started it 4 weeks ago. And I actually decided to offer this 7-week positive intelligence programs once a month. So the starting date is this Saturday, August 19th. This is when the first module will drop. If you do need more explanation or more questions, you can feel free to schedule a 30-minute coaching session. And you can tap to the scheduling through my website. My website is yourpurposework.com. And I'm just gonna stop the sharing of the screen. I really appreciate you coming on today. I will put this presentation also on Facebook if you need to kind of chew on it a little bit more. And that's about it for today. Thank you so much. I hope to see you soon. Bye.